Okay guys, so my okras germinated. However, I don't like how this one looks. I find the leaf looks like it's, wants to turn yellow. So I'm going to transplant it now into my garden. Alright, so I have some cabbage here. I think I'm going to put the okra behind because I think it should work. Because the okra goes up, this stays down. Though this papaya tree is going to give it a lot of shade. And they say okra likes sun. Alright, you know what? I will actually, no, I'm going to plant one okra on the other side. I'll put one here. And let's see how it does. Alright, so I decided I'll put one okra here next to my hibiscus. So my hibiscus is here. I'll put one okra here. And maybe when this other okra is ready for me to, when the leaf comes out from the seed, I will put that other one there and see which one does better. Now, the thing is with okra, guys, okra does not like to be transplanted. So it's actually best that you sow okra seeds directly. So I have to be very careful here that I don't try my best not to disrupt the root system too much, because okra does not like to be transplanted, and I'm already distrusting it already. Let me get a knife instead. Alright, let's see. I hope I didn't stress it too much. I should have used my knife to take it out first. Oh, this doesn't look good at all. Did I? Wow, okay. Alright guys, this doesn't look good, but I will see. I don't know if it's gonna catch itself. I'm probably gonna have to sow another okra seed, because this one, I don't know if it's gonna catch itself. Alright, I'll water it in and we will just monitor it to see what happens. So here, this is where I put the okra. It's right over there. So guys, I'm thinking, seeing that these cells are so small, I feel I should, these are some cilantro that I have here. These ones that came out, I want to feel I'm going to transplant it right now into some pots. Because these cells are so small, I'm not going to wait for the true leaves to come out. I think I'm going to transplant at least these two here, or maybe this one here too, these three, into pots one time. Just because it is so small, this tray is so small, and I find the leaves here, I don't like how they look. So I think I'm going to do that, and let's just hope that they don't die. Okay, so I have a pot. I have a pot here. I was trying to grow some flowers in this here. I had a card that had some seeds in it, and I put it here. But I think I'm going to put the cilantro in here as well. I don't know if the flower seeds will come up, but right now I need a home for the cilantro, so I could feel the card is right here. Alright, so we'll put one of the cilantro here. So we can carefully, but I don't want to damage that. Right, so we're going to put one here. One cilantro, and let's put another cilantro here. You can feel the card. This is a biodegradable card that had seeds in it. Put the next cilantro next to it. This small seed tray, I'm not going to use this again to germinate seeds because it's so small that I don't like it. Right. Good, so we got a home for two of our cilantro. Let me water this in now. I have another one here. I guess I better take it out one time, put it in this other pot. I can feel the card is here, so I'll put this cilantro here. You see that? Look at the root. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, so put that down in there. All right. This one is very tiny, but I am going to take a chance and put it in. I think putting it in something bigger will give it a better chance to do well. All right, so I'm just going to use the mist part of my hose to mist water these in. Okay guys, so I just wanted to show you yesterday afternoon what I did was the bok choy that germinated, I planted them out here. So you see these little plants there? Those are bok choy, right? So I harvested the lettuce that I had here and I planted out the bok choy. As you can see, the ginger is growing up. And yeah, so that's what I did there. I think I'm going to have to look to see if I need to harvest any bush beans. And here you can see my peppers are growing. They germinated, they're getting big. I have some ginger in here as well. So let's look for the bush beans. All right, I was only able to get 2 bush beans. I have my pepper plant here, my seasoned pepper. Yeah, some seasoned peppers. I did harvest some already. Here I have my arugula. And here, again yesterday afternoon, I planted out these pak choy here. So this is pak choy, pak choy, pak choy, pak choy. Another one here, one behind there. So I planted out these had germinated, I planted them out. All right. What else do we have? These tomato trees, I have to uproot it. I'm just waiting for these tomatoes to ripen. And then I'm going to uproot these and put down some new ones. This is one that I did already. Here's the other cucumber. As you can see, there's no comparison with this one being in the ground and I guess being shaded by the tomato tree here. This one is really small. This one is really big. So we have a difference here. All right, so we have our tomato here. As you can see, we have tomatoes on it. I did make a mistake with these tomato trees though, guys. I actually ended up cutting off the crown of it, thinking it was a sucker. So these will be stunted. So I'm just going to have to wait for this to ripen and then I'll have to put on new plants because this is not going to continue to grow from what I'm seeing. So that happened with at least maybe, I don't know, 4 of these plants I made that mistake. Just this other one here that is growing up there that I didn't make the mistake. But anyway, the tomatoes here look good. I just have to wait for it to ripen. Same thing with this one as well. And I have another pepper plant here. This plant got some aphids on it, and so I had to make a spray concoction in order to put spray on it in order to kill the aphids. I will share that concoction with you. Yeah, I will share that concoction. I just will have to get my notes, but I will share that with you. But that's what I had to do. This one also got some aphids as well, so I had to spray it with the with this concoction in order to kill the aphids. I have another tomato plant here. It's going up. Okay. And we have another pepper plant. And here now I have my cabbage. So the cabbage is getting big, as you can see. And then, not yesterday, but day before, these here Chinese cabbage, and so I planted it out. So this row is Chinese cabbage. Now, what I did last night is cover it with a net because I don't want anything to start eating the leaves. So when you plant out your new seedlings, if you can cover it with a net in order to protect it from being attacked, that would be a good idea. Okay. And here the same thing. This is an okra that I had germinated. I didn't like how it was looking, so I put it in the ground even though it was young. And what I do is I cover it in the night in order to protect it. So I'm hoping that it will catch itself because I didn't like how it was looking. And the same thing with my cabbages here. I have two cabbages here. I cover it in the night because I noticed I wasn't covering it initially and something started to eat the leaves. So now I use my bottles and I cover it. This is lemongrass here. And then I have my papaya tree. And I think the papayas are getting big. I think they're growing. Now, even though I cut off the crown, guys, as you can see, it has bushed again. And I'm wondering if it has continued to grow. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know if it's going up more or if it just, got bushy because I cut it. But the reason why I cut it is because I don't want it to go tall. Otherwise, I won't be able to reach the papayas. So that's what's happening here. But I'm hoping that the papayas are growing and that I would get some papayas from it. This is my hibiscus that I bought. I don't like how it looks. When I bought it, it was just that it was long and it didn't have much leaves, but it did have some buds, and that's why I bought it, because I saw the buds. But I knew the plant wasn't looking so well, but I was hoping that maybe if I give it a home, put it in the ground, it would catch itself. And I don't like how it's looking. To me, I don't know if it's, I want to feel that it might be dying, because I find all the leaves are turning yellow. And the leaves, when I got it, the leaves were not really looking all that well. But anyway, I'm going to see if it's going to catch itself. All right, and here's another okra that I, again, put in the ground early because I didn't like how it was looking. So I decided, let me put it in the ground. But again, I cover it with my bottle in the night in order to protect it. All right, so that is what I did recently. That is putting the Chinese cabbage and putting the bok choy here. No, this is not bok choy. This is pak choy. Over there was Chinese cabbage. Over here is pak choy. And over here is the bok choy. I have some peppers here that I also had germinated. And I also have spring onions. So I'm going to put this into the ground. I'll wait for these true leaves to come out. And then I'll transplant these. And in here I have carrots. Here my jalapeno pepper germinated. This is the jalapeno. This is cilantro here, cilantro here. This here is the progress of the Chinese cabbage. They are getting big, though there's one that seems to be stunted. But the others are getting big, as you can see. Okay guys, I went to prune my tomato plant, and after pruning it and about to throw it in the bucket, look what I saw underneath. Now, I now notice I'm seeing some holes on the tomato, but I didn't know that this was behind. See that? So this is a type of I think it's a caterpillar larvae, and this is what will eat your plants. You see that? It was behind the tomato leaf, and as you can see the hole that it made in the tomato plant. So you have to look out for these. Let me see if I can give you a really close-up look. Okay guys, so let's do a little garden tour update. So here I have my cucumber growing here, getting big. Okay, you can see the progress of this on my other video with growing cucumber. Here I have some lettuce down there, and in the corner there I have a tomato that I planted here coming up. These here are the original tomato trees. I'm just waiting for these to ripen, and then I'm going to uproot it and put new tomato trees. So I'm simply waiting for these to ripen, and then I'm pulling them out. Okay, so over here I have yesterday I transplanted this pepper here, that pepper there, and another pepper here. I have some kale here, I have some lettuce here, I have some side in the corner there. Here I have some spring onions coming up here. This here is bok choy. This here is ginger. Here I have my peas, my bush beans rather, sorry. My bush beans are here. Okay. Here I have my seasoning pepper. And as you can see, we have some seasoning peppers on it. I have been harvesting. There was more, but I harvested. I have my arugula. This is another seasoning pepper. Yesterday, I saw a whole set of aphids on this, and I'm still seeing some. I had to spray it with a little concoction, which I will share with you guys one day. But I'm going to use the water and blast off. I'm seeing some aphids and ants. I'm going to blast that off right now. But yesterday I was able to kill a whole set. You see that? The ants are, what the ants does is actually farm the aphids. So I don't want this getting out of hand. So I'm going to have to address this again. Over here we have the original pak choy here. And here's I planted some new pak choy plants here, as you can see. Right, we have some new pak choy that I planted. This is the tomato that I planted. I'm just waiting for, like I said, these other tomatoes to ripen so that I could uproot it. All right, we have our another cucumber. This one is taking very long to grow. Here we have some tomatoes ripening on this side here. We have a whole set of tomato clusters here. I made a mistake with this plant, guys, and I went and cut off the crown of my tomato, and so it has stopped growing. I made a mistake. I thought it was a sucker, but it was in fact a crown. So it has just stunted, and well, as you can see, it does have a lot of fruit on it, but it's not getting any taller. But as you can see, it is already starting to ripen, right? So this one here, as you can see, has some fruit in it as well, but this one is getting tall. This one is getting tall, right? I have some seedlings here as well. And again, I made a mistake with this one, so again, it's stunted, but we have clusters on it, and as you can see, it is starting to ripen as well, right? And this one as well, we see starting to ripen. And then we have this one here as well. Well, I'm waiting for this one to start to ripen. I have some tomato plants here that needs to go in the ground. They will go in the ground here once I get this sorted out. As a matter of fact, guys, what I'm going to do is after I uproot these, I'm actually going to try to dig down as far as possible. So I want to go down as low as possible and amend the soil, add some other soil, add some manure, so that the soil will be nice and loose. All right, so on this side we have seasoned peppers here again, but this is a different variety of seasoned pepper. So you can see we have some seasoned peppers here. We have some more pak choy here. Oh, this is another tomato plant that I have here as well. So this is another one here. This one is getting tall as well. All right, so let's move over on this end. Okay, let's start here. We have seasoned peppers here again. We see we do have some seasoned peppers on it. Not much, they're small, but they're growing. We have our cabbage here. We have our Chinese cabbage here. I'm seeing, I had put some soil here that was in a pot, and I think there were seeds in it. But I'm seeing something here. I'm not sure what it is, but something is growing here. All right, we have a bok choy here. I'm waiting for this to bolt and go to seed. I have a pepper plant here. This I intend to put in the cracky hydroponic bucket system. So I'm waiting for it to get a little bigger so I get a good root system so I could make contact with the nutrient water. We have some dill, sweet basil, and we have a bush basil here. Over on this end, we have two cabbages. We have a little okra in the corner there. I don't know if it's going to get big because there was a little problem with that seedling. We'll have to wait and see. Again, I'm seeing something here, and I'm not sure what it is. This was some soil that I emptied out here. Maybe there was some seeds in it, but I don't know what it is. So we have to wait to see. All right. On this end, I had put two peppers in the ground here. This is one here, and this is another one there. I don't know if it's gonna. Well, hopefully they grow up nicely. We'll just have to wait and see. Oh boy, this is not supposed to be here. And this is an okra. This is an okra here. Let's see if that grows. This is another pepper plant that I planted here as well. This is a bell pepper. These pepper plants that I showed you, these are bell peppers. Alright, so I just wanted to show you guys the fact that the tomatoes, so you can see how nice they look. They're starting to ripen. As you can see, it looks so pretty. So I just wanted to show you guys that, right? Get a little tomato update. Well, it was more like a garden update.